Welcome to my channel, Sacred Tarot 1111. I hope everyone's doing well in this karmic energy that we have going on with Saturn in retrograde, Pluto in judgment in retrograde, and I believe Venus is in Aries. So anyway, we're going to do a KARMICS karma read this morning, or whatever time it is you are channeling in. And I'm going to call my guides. And I don't talk about my guides, but today, for some reason, I feel like I need to talk about them, so I'm going to. So my guides are Mother Mary, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, Guinevere, Isis, and Archangel Michael. So I'm calling in my guides, and for this read, it's not a karmic bashing read. It is to find out what the karmics are struggling with and what is going on in the situation, whether they are separated or not from the masculine. They play a role in this whole connection because it's the ones that have children. The ones that have children. So this is a general read for the karmics in a twin flame connection. And it may or may not resonate with you, and so I suggest you go find another one of my videos that does resonate with you. You might not be here at this point. It might not be the energy that you're feeling right now. It is energy. So, that being said, let's get started. I don't think there was anything else I was going to say. I'm doing 3 decks plus my postcards from Spirit. Today I'm going to do the Chrysalis spread, my regular Fenestra. It's called Fenestra Tarot, and my Nostradamus deck that I just got. It's a bit more difficult to read, but it's working really well for me. So we'll start off with that, and then we'll get clarification from the Chrysalis and the Fenestra. Okay. Well, right off the bat, we have a 5. And 5s are challenges and changes. So they're in this energy of change. Below this here, let's do this. You guys can see that. You know what, let's do this. Okay, so this is the theme right now with the karmic, and this is a 5. 5s are changes and challenges. So she is going through this this transformation of the old to the new, and having to gain a lot of strength in what is she's going through. And she's next to this Empress. So this Empress is about creating something, new ideas, something that's waiting in the cosmos for fruition. Like a birth before it's there, like a pregnancy. And it's in waiting. It's in waiting during this period. So she's having to wait. she's in a waiting mode right now. Sorry, actually my twin. That's got to be my twin because that's. Sorry, I'm not going to even look at it right now. So that is what's going on in this main theme with her. And you know, I feel like Spirit's telling me to pull some more cards. And I never read like this, so I'm just pull some more cards just to get some clarification before we move on. Okay, so this is the clarification. So what I have here is a 9 of Swords, I have no idea what he's saying, the King of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. So, excuse me, this is telling me, and my throat chakra got locked there for a minute. So, and I'm feeling it right now as I'm reading this. She knows this relationship has come to an end. It's coming to an end. It's come to an end. She knows that some things have been said to her. It's going to glare on that. If I can change that. Some things have been said to her that hurt her. She can't forget. She knows that there's no going back. But she can't move forward yet. She can't move forward. She is in a place of reflection and over this relationship that has ended and everything that has happened and taken place over the time. She feels like she, my gosh, he's gone nuts. She feels that she needs to make some apologies, but I don't feel like it's to him. Maybe she's waiting for him to make some apologies to her. She's, or maybe he did. You know, when he told her, you know, it's another scenario. He told her he was sorry for hurting her. But she knows the marriage is broken. She knows it's time to leave. So we have the Hierophant and the Astrologer in the next set of cards. And the Hierophant is about tradition. I always look at it as the probably because I was raised in a Catholic system, is a priest card, a pope, someone of holy authority. That's basically what it is. And so, and it's a 5, and so that's a change. That's a change. It's a step up. It's doing something more, doing something beyond the norm, if that makes sense. Because we have the Hanged Man. This Hanged Man. This is the Hanged Man. Actually, it's not, but it is. It's a 12. So it's got that Hanged Man, readjustment, transition, limbo about it, but it's a pinnacle. So this is literally where she is in the physical. And this book is not written in. It's a chapter that is, it's also not at the beginning of the book. So it's something in the middle, and it looks to me almost like it's a step backwards. More that's been written than not, and it's now a backwards motion. It's now we have to go backwards, which just makes a lot of sense when you think about it, with Saturn being in retrograde, because there's 5 months of karma here. So it's a reflection back. And maybe they're beginning to understand a little bit more about themselves, reading about their astrology, and trying to understand what's going on in their psyche. So we're going to get some clarification from my chrysalis deck. And here we go, right off the bat. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We have the Tower. See the way his third eye is opening? Looks like it's half asleep, but yet he's got all these, he looks demonic. And that's not necessarily demonic, just that he's aging, he's gone through a lot of crap. He wants something more than just the physical. So the Tower's there. And what's really, really crazy is on this next row, the Tower was there before. Two Tower cards. So she is being forced to step into this awareness. Is really the only way to put it. It's an awareness. It's a step up. It's a I always say calling, because it's a magnetic pull towards something deeper. It's going within. It's like when you have no control over your outside world, the only thing to do is go within. So I don't need to pull another card. She's being pulled to go inward and figure out what her next step is. So the next set of cards is a 7 of Stars. And this would be a 7 of Swords, about communication. And then we have the Tower card. And that's about endings of struggles, or endings or beginnings of a struggle to begin again. And sevens are very spiritual cards. So, the 7 of Stars telling me it's in the stars. It's in the stars. It is the process. We all remember from the beginning, when we were karmics in another relationship, that we were forced. I don't know about you guys, but I was forced into my awakening. I had literally was going through a divorce, was struggling had started a new relationship, was fighting a custody battle with my ex and losing my children, not because I was not a good mother, but because he had a better lawyer and he had more money. But there was a reason for that. It was all part of the destruction of myself, so that I was forced to grow. And then I had a car accident, like bam, 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 just like that. This is what I had. It was like over and over and over, and I could not figure out why, because I kept thinking, I am a very loving, caring person. My downfall was not loving myself. I was giving of myself way too much. And I had lost myself. I had lost myself. And so, bam, something happened. Bam, something else, something else, something else. And I was sure that that was never going to happen to me. And after all of that, the night of my car accident, I was in my home. I lost some financial stability. I was losing my health. I was very broken, and that night I asked God to take my life. And of course, it didn't happen. The next morning I woke up, and my mother had asked me to go on this spiritual retreat through the Catholic Church, and I didn't want to go because it was Catholic. And she said, please just do it. And that was the beginning of my spiritual awakening. And then I became almost addicted and obsessed with my awakening, with knowing there was something better and something different out there. And I was forced into it. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. And that is exactly what these cards are telling me. It is in the stars. See how that hand is coming out of nowhere? I feel like it's the hand of God reaching and offering a rose. It's okay. Just take my hand. It's in the stars. After these tower moments, you'll realize what it is. And I'm going to pull my chrysalis. Oh my gosh. This is just crazy. Okay, we have the Seven of Spirals and the Ace of Stones. They're being called to come out and be alone with the divine, to see the light. See those spirals here? They indicate movement forward, but they also indicate the labyrinth or the maze. They may be walking through a maze. They feel like they're about to walk through a maze, and they're guided and being called to come alone. The last card that I have pulled here is a 3, and that is the creation of something. And this is a 3 of Pentacles in my Nostradamus. There's only one card here, and there's a reason for that, and I'm being called to read it out of the book. Because I think it has great significance. Again, this is my Nostradamus called the Lost Tarot. This is a 3 of, and it's called Spheres. It's about power and importance, success, beginning to develop, and distinction. As is here we see an angel blessing the papal figure and imbuing him not only with holiness, but also with great power and grace. This is a perfect illustration of the way the Pope is blessed at the start of his period of office in the papacy, from which point he is expected to perform his tasks as the earthly representative of a heavenly power. That not every pope succeeded in doing this fueled the struggles of the Reformation. Here the images suggest the receipt of great spiritual strength and a deepening of inner awareness, which applies to every individual, just as the holder of the keys of St. Peter. And it talks about this card being a generous employment. So there's an employment, a work. It's a being hired to work and find and gain admiration for the way in which you achieve your aims. You'll work well with others as your reputation grows. It's a deepening of inner awareness and coming into the greater alignment with the spiritual powers that support you. Okay? So I can't even imagine this reading being any clearer, and I believe these Nostradamus cards just really say it like it is. She's being held back. I have 2 3s here. We have the Empress over here. It's calling me to pick it up. The Empress and this 3 of Pentacles. Pentacles fears being in the physical, but this Empress she's called to become an Empress. And that again is a creation. She's being called to create her inner Empress. It's in the works. She's going through a tower moment. And she's learning how to be courageous and stand like a stone. And it's telling me that to stand there, to not move, to be resolute in this journey. So I'm going to pull some postcards from Spirit for the karmics. There's 3 cards here. I'm going to take the first one because I believe that it's this rabbit running. And it says, live your dreams. Dearest you, isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again, full circle, in ways you could not possibly have planned? You wonder how a dream could die, only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. We want you to trust that in this new opportunity for rebirth, you will be called in 2 directions, and the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You have come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Loving you always, Spirit. I don't think I've ever, maybe I have pulled this card, but not very often. So, wow, which is really what I'm going to title my video, is wow. There's definitely this move forward in the karmics, and they are being called to become divine. They're being called into their divine. So with that, cross watchers, divine masculine, divine feminine, be kind, pray for everyone. Everyone needs prayer. We all need to look inside of ourselves and know who we are, and make it happen, but know that we deserve it. So with that, I'm going to say I love you all. Have a great rest of your day until I speak with you again. Namaste.